Hello, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to reach out to you guys and talk to you after you've been gone. Don't forget that most of us here are doing recovery too. Our lives aren't perfect. We're human beings. We're walking in the trench the same way you guys are walking in the trench. The start of this year, I say the start, we're 9 months in. The year started off really difficult for me, and I learned a lot of new things in recovery that I didn't know yet. And so despite, the encouragement and wisdom and advice you get from the staff here, we're still learning how to do recovery too. Patrick's been sober for like 18 years. Phil's been doing this for like 15 or 16 years. I'm 4 years in, and I'm still as human as everybody who walks in the doors here. I'm still as human as the day I walked in the door here. Don't forget that you're not doing it alone. I have days that I struggle. I have days that look better than others. I have days that look a lot worse than others. Jonathan and I were just talking about my foul language, and that being something I'm actively working on. This is not a shock to anybody watching this video. I hope that I get to hear from more of you, especially as kind of Jonathan engages this, reconnecting staff with the alumni, and I hope that more opportunities arise for us to, what's up, bro? For us to connect. Even if it's in November at the Celebrating Freedom event. If any of you are on the fence about whether or not to come to that, I've been to several of them. I went to one as an alumni, and the others as a staff member. It's a great opportunity to reconnect and be back around each other, to see each other's faces. And last year I got to see a lot of your guys' faces there, and that was really cool. People I hadn't seen in a long time. I've got my Tic Tacs. I think probably every one of you knows about my Tic Tacs. I've got my yellow Red Bull. That's number 2, the last one for the day. Old habits die hard, I guess. I've got more Tic Tacs in my truck too. So that's been a joke since I've worked here is my Tic Tacs. A cool thing that a lot of you might not know is at the beginning of the year I published a book. I wrote and published a book. I wrote it really to kind of reframe some of our rigid Christian mentality on divorce into bringing God's true heart in that matter is into it, and lessening some of the shame and the stigma around it. But that's something cool that I did this year that I've been wanting to do. Honestly, the opposite of addiction is connection. I'm not a natural people meter, that's not something I do well. And so being in that community was uncomfortable for me. It was initially unpleasant, but it's not something I think I would have done very well on my own. And so being in a community that I didn't have an opportunity to not be in was substantial for me and important for me. And I know community is vital, and early on, that first period of time out of treatment, community is vital, and continuing your therapy work, But I promise there's a lot more to keep working on, and just having somebody to kind of help you navigate that, super important. So for me, when I first left treatment, those tools that I leaned heavily on were community and continuing my therapy work. Patrick's making lots of noise today.
Sorry.
I don't know what else to say.